Welcome back to Inglés 4.0, the radio show. Let's go! Advanced. Welcome back. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Class 17, the advanced portion of the program here, Bago ng Inglés 4.0. And I have a question here from a listener, from a subscriber named Teresa, here in Las Palmas, actually, who wrote in and has an interesting question related to something we looked at a few days ago. We were talking about however and nevertheless. We discussed it. However, Teresa still has a question. That's fine. That's fine. We have people that don't understand. Nevertheless, I have plenty of time to discuss it. So we had this idea that however, we had a positive idea, however, something negative, something bad. And then when we use nevertheless, it's with a negative idea, nevertheless, positive. All right. So we have something negative. Okay, I broke my leg. Boo. Nevertheless, I still went to the party. So, in Teresa's question, I'm going to paraphrase. I'm going to say her question in my own words. Basically, Teresa asked a very interesting question, which was related to this idea of positive and negative, and she brought up an example from the test online on the website where there was a positive statement, and then it said nevertheless, and then a negative. And she said, well, shouldn't that be however? But what's important, you have to remember, it's not whether or not the sentence is affirmative or negative. It's whether or not the idea is a positive or favorable or good, optimistic, nice, happy, good idea, or a negative idea. So if something is a negative, so we have a positive idea, however, a negative idea, and a negative idea, nevertheless, a positive idea. So one example is, I eat too much, which is affirmative. I eat too much. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I eat too much. But it's a negative. It has negative connotations. It has a negative feel to it. So we would say, I eat too much. Nevertheless, I'm not fat. I am not fat, which is a negative structure grammatically, but positive connotations because most people think that being fat is a negative thing. My grandmother would disagree. My grandmother thinks that if you're fat, you're healthy. So it depends. Depends how you want to look at it. But most of the time, we would say, I eat too much. Nevertheless, I'm not fat. Okay? And I would also like to say that it's not always so black and white with this one, with however and nevertheless. What is important is that we have, what's most important, I will say, is that we have opposite ideas, right? So you can some things couldn't be interpreted as positive or negative, but what's important is that they are opposite. And yes, try your best to have a negative idea, nevertheless a positive. And a positive, however, a negative. But sometimes it's a bit subjective. Well, is that really, really negative? And I don't like to split hairs, riza le rizo. I don't like to split hairs here too much. So we'll move on. But that was a very good question, Teresa. Thank you, and I hope that answer satisfies you. And keep the questions coming, folks. If you have questions or comments about the content that you're hearing or the content that you're watching, this is an integrated thing, right? You watch the show on TV, you'll listen to the radio as a supplement, you read along in your student guide, and you get a balanced approach to learning the language. So in the last class, we were talking about there to be, there is, there are, there was, there were, there will be. And then we talked about some modal verbs, there could be, there should be, there may be, and there might be. All these sorts of things. And we'll continue now with a little review of what we saw through translation. Translation. All right, let's go with a little translation. Hay alguien a la puerta. There's someone at the door. So read these out loud. There's someone at the door. Hay una reunión ahora. There's a meeting now. Very good. Hay mucha gente en la oficina. There are a lot of people in the office. There are a lot of people in the office. Very good. Había mucha gente aquí ayer. There were a lot of people here yesterday. Ha habido muchos casos. There have been many cases. There have been many cases. Well done. Ha habido una complicación. There's been a complication. There's been a complication. Yes. Ha habido muchas tormentas últimamente. There have been a lot of storms lately. There have been a lot of storms lately. There have been many storms. We could say there have been many storms lately. There have been a lot of storms lately. Very good. Now moving on, a little bit more advanced if you're ready. Habrá una reunión aquí mañana. There will be a meeting here tomorrow. There will be a meeting here tomorrow. We can contract that. We say there'll be a meeting here tomorrow. Podría haber más de 100. There could be. I'm not sure, but there could be. There could be more than 100. There could be more than 100. Okay, en voz alta. Answer all these out loud, okay? With me. No debería haber más problemas. There shouldn't be. There shouldn't be more problems. There shouldn't be more problems. You could also say there shouldn't be any more problems. Puede que haya más. There may be more. There may be more. Puede que haya hasta 10. There may be up to 10. There may be up to 10. Now, not until 10. Not until 10, but up to. So remember, we say until with time. I was talking to my friend until midnight last night. Until midnight, that's right, with time. But when you say hasta, it can be until with time. But if we talk about a number of things, puede que haya hasta 10. There may be up to 10. There may be up to 10 people in the room. I don't know how many people are in that room over there. There may be up to 10 people. I can say also, I read up to chapter 10. Up to, hasta, up to chapter 10 in my book. I read up to page 375. I read up to chapter 10. Okay? I watched up to the first 12 episodes of the television series, for example. I listened to Kyle's wonderful radio show up to Clase 75. Okay? So let's move on, but later we'll review this idea even more. Okay? We're gonna go ahead with some new material, but we'll come back to this idea of there to be, which is a very interesting one. Expression of the day. Ooh, yeah, all right. It's time now for the expression of the day. Our expression of the day today is to put all your eggs in one basket. All your eggs in one basket. Don't do it, folks. Do not do it. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. What I mean is to rely on one thing, on one outcome or one person, or, if you... For example, if I always use football examples. If Real Madrid, for example, a team, let's say they sign one fantastic player and they think, we'll spend all our money on this person, we will win with him. They're sort of relying on one exclusive way, one player in this case. And then the player breaks his leg. And then they say, oh, well, we weren't balanced. We weren't diversified. So we lose because they put all their eggs in one basket. Because if you have all your eggs in one basket, what happens if you drop the basket? Well, the eggs break and you've lost everything. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. It's the same if you're investing. If you're investing in the stock market, don't put all your eggs in one basket. This is sort of the idea of diversification. Diversification. Invest in different products so that you can, when one company doesn't do well, probably something else is doing well and you're balancing it out. You're diversifying. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. That's our expression of the day. All right, it's time to step it up a notch. Let's step it up a notch, folks. At home, I'm going to ramp it up. I'm going to ramp up. I'm going to pick up the difficulty. I'm going to start to demand a little bit more from you. So continuing with this idea of there to be, we're going to get into some slightly more difficult structures. There may have been. There could have been. There should have been. And there must have been. Okay? Puede que haya habido más. There may have been more. Podría haber habido más. There could have been more. Debería haber habido más. There should have been more. Debe haber habido más. There must have been more. There must have been more. Okay, let's go again with a little more translation and we'll challenge you on these structures because you should know these and you can follow along. You have a good explanation in your student guide and you've watched this TV, the class on TV, hopefully. So you're following along. You should know all this material. So I'm going to challenge you with it a little bit. So let's go. Translation. Podría haber habido un accidente. There could have been an accident. Very good. Podría haber habido más gente. There could have been more people. Very good. Debería haber habido un guardia de seguridad. There should have been a security guard. There should have been a security guard. Debería haber habido más libros. There should have been more books. Puede que haya habido problemas. There may have been problems. Puede que haya habido una tormenta. There may have been a storm. Podría haber habido un incendio. There could have been a fire. Podría haber habido un accidente. There could have been an accident. There could have been an accident. Vocabulary of the day. All right, yes, it's time for the vocabulary of the day. The vocabulary are 5 words. Mediocre. 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 Eso es. Mediocre. Resultar útil. To come in handy. To come in handy. My mobile phone comes in handy sometimes. It can be frustrating to be reached at all times or to be accessible to everyone at all times, but I will admit that the mobile phone sure does come in handy. Obra de teatro. Play. A play. I went to see a play last year. A play. Enlazar. Unir. Acoplar. To link. To link. Sometimes it's very important to link your sounds, to link the words together. That's right. Massacre. 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 Okay. All right. All right. This is a good one here. What we're going to do now is we're going to try a few short answer questions. So I want some short answers from you. I want 3 words. No more, no less. Okay? So 3 words, for example, do you live in Spain? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So the first word is going to be yes or no. The second word will be the subject. In this case, I, but not in all of my questions. But in the case of do you live in Spain? Yes, I, And then the third word is the auxiliary verb. Of course, whenever we use the verb to be, there's no need for an auxiliary verb. Like, are you Spanish? Yes, I am. Am I Canadian? Yes, I am. Are you Spanish? You can say at home, yes, I am. And I would say, are most of the listeners Spanish? Yes, they are. Okay, let's go. Can you breathe underwater? So I want you to answer my questions en voz alta. It doesn't matter who's sitting next to you. They can participate as well. Yeah, that's right. That's right. You too. Okay? Everyone out loud. Children, women, men, old, young, everyone, answer my questions en voz alta. If you're in a group, see who gets the answer correct. Okay? Can you breathe underwater? No, I can't. Can dogs speak? Can dogs speak? No, they can't. Did you understand that question? I said, can dogs speak? ¿Pueden hablar? Los perros? No, they can't. Can dogs speak? No, they can't. Can you swim? Yes, I can. Was Einstein smart? Yes, he was. Does your mother know where you are? Yes, she does. Have you ever tasted chocolate? Yes, I have. Can you talk without moving your lips? No, I can't. Can you walk without moving your hips? No, I can't. That one, I'll admit, that one was inspired by some of my students last year. I said, can you walk without moving your hips? And the student looked at me and said, I don't understand. And I said, can you walk without moving your hips? And he said, I thought you meant, can you talk without moving your lips? Anyway, similar sound. Have you ever driven a car? Yes, I have. Are the Rolling Stones still together? Yes, they are. Did Springsteen write The River? Yes, he did. Can my mother speak Spanish like you? My mother. No, she can't. Do you like candy? Yes, I do. Is my father your brother? No, he isn't. Can you play baseball? Yes, I can. Or maybe, no, I can't. Do you like runny eggs with the yolk con la yema un poco líquido? Do you like runny eggs? I don't know. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. So, yes, I do, or no, I don't. Those are the two possible answers. Have you ever written a book? No, I haven't. Well, maybe you have. Very good. We're completely out of time. Thank you so much for listening, ladies and gentlemen. Join me again, same time, same place tomorrow. You know where to find me. My name is Kyle. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.